return.
Indeed, and he announced it, Aurora, on
Facebook.
And a lot of people kind of saying, what was that all about? Why make the announcement via social media? A lot of speculation in the last number of weeks as well that he would do it on the main evening news on France 2, to do it in a style that would have pomp and ceremony and a bit of punch, because there had been criticism of Alain Juppé, the former Prime Minister, the former Foreign Minister, and a rival on the political right for the 2017 presidency, that he made his announcement of throwing his hat in the ring on his blog. And a lot of people were saying Sarkozy is going to make a much more impactful, loud and dramatic political return when he does announce it. But actually, it came via Facebook, and the analysis on slate.fr is, well, he has over 1 million people following his Facebook page or liking his Facebook page. It's a direct link between him and the French public, and so he doesn't need to go via any intermediaries. And that also serves, I suppose, the image of Nicolas Sarkozy communicating directly with the people and being in contact with the electorate. What else is there to say on the matter? Well, this is an interesting graphic from l'Express.fr. They're saying, okay, Nicolas Sarkozy announcing his political comeback. Did he ever even leave? 0 days when we didn't speak about him. 1 televised interview, 1 official press release, one appearance on the Michel Drucker primetime show. You know, and if you scroll down through it, you see 26 covers of French weekly magazines, 2,600 articles in the French language press. So he never really did disappear, did he? Others saying that the political return could well be marred by all of these casseroles, the French political expression for scandals, which he is dragging behind him. So indeed, it will be a long sprint, long marathon really, to the 2017 election, over 2.5 years to go, and a lot of things that could happen in the meantime. And also gives François Hollande somebody to, I suppose, focus his opposition on, or to focus his... He now has, I suppose, a high-profile opponent to blame for all of the problems that were there before him, so to speak.
Absolutely, because until now it's been, it seems to have been internal squabbling within the left-wing party. Let's move on to the buzz around the Scottish referendum vote. All
right, well, this, just very briefly, this detail made me laugh. Russia cries foul over Scottish independence vote. And essentially, there were international observers there who said that the Scottish referendum did not meet international standards, Aurora, that the count was taking place in huge rooms that were like airport hangars, and that it just, you know, that the papers or votes were being brought in and there was no verification. It was just really, it fell well short of Russia's standards, it appears. Also, I did find the various Facebook relationship status posts quite amusing. Scotland went from being "it's complicated" to in a relationship. And there were other posts in the last few days of a similar nature. Ireland asking, did you guys sort it out? England saying yes. Scotland saying not really. Wales thinking it's a bit awkward. Anyway,
brilliant.
One way of looking at it.
Very, very quickly, let's take a look at an Indian TV gaffe. Yes. They didn't quite know how to pronounce a Chinese leader's name.
This was after an official trip by Xi Jinping. Let's just establish that at France 24 we know how to pronounce it. And unfortunately, an anchor at Doordarshan News, this is a state broadcaster in India, pronounced the Chinese premier's name 11 because of the Roman numeral XI11, right? But that's not really the most logical way of pronouncing it. And anyway, the poor anchor got fired in what was an unpardonable mistake, said an official for the channel. Pretty harsh, I think. And but it's not the first time. Take a look at this broadcast from Australia. North Korea's leader Kim Jong II instead of Il. So look, it happens, and yeah.
Well, he kind of is Kim Jong II, considering Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Il. You know, he is.
That one was probably easier to argue your way out of.
Absolutely. Right? All right, James. Thank you very much for that. And it's time now for the France 24 Focus. Volunteer militants, Maidan activists fighting on the Ukrainian side